Thank you for coming here today. I appreciate it. My name is Hassan, and as you know, I spent a lot of time learning and studying and researching on topics such as human behavior, psychology, body language, reading faces, and philosophy, success, logic. Why do people do what they do? Why do certain people succeed and other people fail? The reason I'm here today is very simple. I believe that everybody here, no exception, has the ability to do great things. Whether you're a male or you're female, whether you're a student or you're a professor, every human being on the planet, alive on the planet right now, has the ability of doing something beyond your imagination. And I'm going to walk you through the 17 minutes that remain and prove to you that you have more potential than you believed previously and prior to coming here today. So, just a show of hands. How many people here are students? Okay. How many here are not students? If you are alive, you're a student. If you are breathing, you're a student. If you are learning, and we are all learning, you are a student. Bruce Lee said, "Do not call me a master." I'm not a master. I'm a master student. I'm a master when I die. Because that is when you stop learning. That is where the learning process is over. Every single day you wake up, you have the ability of learning something new. Hopefully, learning something that will benefit you with what you want to do. So, I want everybody here to close your eyes for 20 seconds. I want you to empty everything out of your head. Forget everything. Stay with me. Stay with my voice. I want you to think and imagine of the one goal that you would like to achieve over the next 1 year. Think of something that makes you happy, something that you want to create that you have not created yet. Now I want you to imagine that you've accomplished that. I want you to feel the feeling that you would be feeling if you've accomplished that goal. Open your eyes. That is why we're here. Every single human being alive, every single human being is here for a reason. You are not here by random. You're not here by accident or coincidence. The chairs are facing this direction for a reason. The cameras are facing the stage for a reason. The water is here for a reason. The tables and the walls and the doors and every single thing in the room here is here for a reason. You are here for a reason. You need to find out what that reason is. A wise man once said there are only 2 days in your life that you need to look forward to: the day you are born and the day you find out why. Your passion can be a complex of different things. I'm not telling you to pick one thing and go with that. But you need to have a goal in your life. When you wake up in the morning, you need to have a mission. What do I want to accomplish here today? If you're an athlete and you're waking up, and okay, fair enough, I want to do this. You are far ahead of who you would have been if you wake up saying, another day, let's see what happens today. You need to be a creator, and that's why I'm here today. The reason we exist is to create and to do. We're not here to live life for 85 to 90 years and die and nothing happens. You're here to do something. You're here to create something. I'm here to wake you up, people. We all have to wake up, because due to what happens around us in the world, television, music, you name it, newspapers, we tend to forget that we are here to do what we want to do, and we tend to embrace what is going on around us. The only reason you wake up in the morning is because you have unfinished business. What I would hope that everybody here, including me, does is every day, whenever you wake up, remember, I'm going to die at some point. The trouble is we really think that we have enough time. We really think that we have enough time. If you're 35 years old, there goes 10,000 days. Give or take. You need to remember that your time here is limited. And your ideas are infinite. The richest place on the planet is a cemetery because of all the ideas that were not actualized. So, what I want for everybody here to remember, you're here for a reason. You have a goal in mind. You have a passion. Something is beating in your heart. And what we want to do is we want to find out what that is. But we need to be clear on what that is before we before we do anything. I've been speaking all over the region, and we're going to be traveling hopefully in March, April 2016 to more than 4 continents. And the one thing that I've noticed, whether you're in Lebanon, whether you're in UAE, for different cultures, whether you're in Finland, with people who don't even speak the language you speak or have the background, educational background that you have, everybody here will give you the same reason on why they failed. Everybody will give you the same reason why they failed. And I'm here to tell you this. 90% of the work that you need to do is not funding, for those of you who are entrepreneurs. It is not education. It is not more experience. It is not. The number one thing you need to do is you need to be clear on your goal. You need to know exactly what your goal is. The more specific you can get, the better it is for you. Because the moment if I were to tell you, I want you to meet me in Dubai, can you find me? If I tell you, meet me in Knowledge Village, can you find me? It's like using a GPS in your car. If you ask the machine to take you to university, or let's say to take you to Caribou Cafe, you were to type it in, or you were to plug it in using your phone, take me to Caribou. How many solutions are you going to get? At least over 50, right? And what happens if you just type Caribou and you say go? What would happen? What would happen? Let me hear you. You won't get lost. You won't even be able to move. One of the reasons that we don't start doing what we want is unconsciously your brain does not know what you want to do. If I were to tell you, fair enough, you want to get rich? Who here wants to get rich? Raise your hand if you want to get rich. Okay, here's $1. Get out of here. All right? You want to lose weight? Fair enough. 1 kilogram. Go. You're done. Your brain needs to know exactly what you're looking for in order for you to find it. If I tell you, meet me on the top of Jabal Hafit in the UAE, you're going to be able to get there easily. Why? Because you know where it is. But if I told you, meet me somewhere, you need to be very, very clear on what you're doing. That's step number 1. And a lot of people try to come up with motivation. I'm not here to motivate you. Obviously, people here, you are self-motivated. But the idea is, before we get to motivation, we need to have clarity. That's number 1. Number 2 is strategy. When you know where you're going, you need to be able to get there using a strategy, not moving in blindly. You need to use a strategy that would work. And the only strategy that works is, number 1, is one that has worked before. I spent a lot of time learning on my own until I realized if I had a mentor, that would save me a long time. Find somebody who's done what you want to do. Have them give you advice on what strategy you should use. Read, look around, go out. Don't just sit where you are. If you read 1 book a day, I want you to read 3 books a month. Or if you read 1 book a month, I want you to triple that. 10x, as the gentleman mentioned. Don't just stick to where you are right now. If you go out once a week to meet different people you don't know, multiply that. Go out twice or 3 times a week. Get off the internet. Get off Facebook and Twitter. That's not going to get you any further to where you are unless that's the business that you're in. Remember something. We live on a planet with over 7 billion people. How many people have you met? Every year, thousands and maybe even tens of thousands of books in the United States alone are published. How many books have you read? How many ideas have you created? I'm here to wake everybody up. We need clarity. We need strategy, but we also need energy. You are here for a reason. You are here to create something, to do something. Every person here has the ability of doing great things. I taught at the University of Wollongong right here 2 years ago. And I see some familiar faces. You guys have the ability of doing things that you never thought were possible, but we restrict ourselves because we believe what people teach us to believe. Everybody around us, especially when you're looking for a job or you're trying to start a company, they would ask you, tell me about your experience. What have you done before? If we look at ourselves with what we can do, we're very limited. Remember, you have the why and you have the how. If you focus on the how, if you only look and say to yourself, fair enough, what can I do? All right, I can do 1, 2, and 3. You've restricted yourself to only 3 types of activities. But if you say, fair enough, I don't care how to build the tallest building in the world. I don't care how to start that project. I don't care how to get to Burj Khalifa. If I want to get to where I want to get to, whatever the goal that you visualized about 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago, if you can think of that goal, even if you don't know how, the how is restricted. If everybody here puts all the knowledge that we've accumulated over the past 25 years, we're going to come up with a very limited amount of knowledge. True or false? Relative to the knowledge existing in the universe. But if you forget about the how and you focus on where you want to go, the knowledge around you is infinite. You can find a way. So when you walk out of here today, remember, it's not about what you have done. It's not about what you can do. It's about where you want to go and what you want to do. Everybody here who's accomplished anything before, specifically with the speakers, I can promise you, they did not know how they wanted to do what they wanted to do. They only knew that they wanted to do it. The only thing they saw was the goal. They didn't care about the how. Many of them didn't even know how to do it. Right? The idea is not to look back and say, fair enough, that's my goal, but this is my goal, but no. That's where all the stuff comes from. Right? That's where all the poop comes from. Forget about the but. Find your passion. Find your goal, but don't stop there. Because if you find your passion, you're going to get into trouble as well. So after you know clearly where you want to go, after you have a goal that you are certain about, like the goal that you visualized a few minutes ago, and you find the strategy, only then do you start motivating yourself. Because if you have a motivated person who doesn't know what he's doing, he's going to waste time. He's going to waste energy, right? The idea is to combine these three elements, clarity, strategy, and energy. And when you have these three, you'll be able to move in ways you would have never imagined before. The idea that certain people would be boxed in a room and classified unable to do so-and-so is alien to our ancestors' tradition. Everybody has the ability of creating anything. We want to free ourselves from the restrictions that have been placed upon us by others, by ourselves sometimes, unfortunately. Remember that every human being has a heart beating inside for a reason. If you are still alive, you still have something that you haven't done. The moment of truth is here. When you have this knowledge, when you remember that you are here for a reason, what do? Do you go back and sleep and forget about it? Do you try to forget? Or do you take action? I'll leave you with this. Everybody here has the ability of creating something great. The choice is yours. Thank you.